Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, we'll be doing a review of Fall of the House of X number 5, the last issue in this miniseries as we head to the end of the current era of X-Men. Let's talk about the creative team before we get into this. We have writer Gerry Duggan with art by Lucas Werneck and Stefano Caselli, colors by Bryan Valenza, letters by Travis Lanham, multiple covers. You'll see some at the end of the video. Stay tuned for that. Let's talk about the cast here. There's a lot of people here. There's a lot of stuff going on. So, real quick, we'll go over who is in this issue. So, we have, of course, Wolverine, Emma Frost, Polaris, Magneto shows up, Sync, Manifold, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Psylocke making an appearance as well, Rogue, Colossus, Storm, Penance, Shadowcat, Miss Marvel, and then, as far as the people that we are going against, we know that Professor X has betrayed the X-Men. We also see Dr. Stasis, Fei Long, Nimrod, and the Omega Sentinel. Now, that is definitely a lot to parse through. That's why I wanted to go over the characters because there's a lot going on, right? This is the end of an era. This is the end of a series. A lot of loose ends have to be tied up as neatly as possible. And I think the team accomplishes that. So let me give you a quick rundown of what's in store for this issue. The battle for the future, it all comes down to this. Orchis versus the X-Men, winner take the future. Orchis has pushed mankind to its lowest point ever, but that just means that the X-Men have had to fight back like never before. Will this be enough? We continue to barrel toward the conclusion of the Krakoan Age as the two stories that are one come to the end. So yeah, we have the other series as well. And of course we'll have that last issue of X-Men to kind of wrap things up. Um, I really enjoy this issue. I think it's definitely not for everyone. If you're not um if you don't like care about how this is going to wrap up, this story is all conclusion, right? It feels like a third act of a really really long and pretty exciting film overall. um the characters, Gary Duggan's been writing them for so long that they feel very much like he understands how their voices should really sound. Both Wernick and Caselli are stellar artists that bring these battles to life. There's a lot of really cool action in this one, like just a lot of big fights, big battle feel. Really feels like an end game type of situation. We also get to see a lot of interesting returns. Magneto finally shows up to the battle, and of course, Polaris is there, so there's always that emotional connection. So, yeah, I think that the team just really managed to put this one in the bag as neatly as possible. And I don't know where we're gonna go from here. I don't know how we're gonna close out this chapter, but I think things are finally looking a little bit better for the X-Men. So let's take a look at some of the preview art. And as you can see, a lot of those shots that we talked about earlier are pulled from here. Uh, and yeah, just big battles. I love Dr. Stasis, like uh, him being just another version of Sinister, and still being around after everything that's been going on. Uh, we have Nimrod battling out in multiple places, which is really interesting and hard to do to really portray that correctly. But I think the team really accomplishes to show us how Nimrod is in multiple places at once, because he has the upper hand, he has the future knowledge, and then of course seeing just all these X-Men go all out, team up in different ways, and Psylocke showing up here. Psylocke does something very interesting here, which I won't go into too many details. I don't want to spoil what happened, but the Omega Sentinel will never be the same after this encounter with Psylocke. So, yeah, I'm ready to see how we close this out. But I was very excited to read this. I really, really enjoyed it. I think it has a lot of very nice emotional beats. And if you've been writing with the House of X, Powers of 10 from the beginning, I hope you find this satisfying. I'm certainly enjoying it. So, if you have read this, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff here in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.